Welcome to the podcast. You can't wait for a week to, catch an episode on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all socials. Welcome to the biggest podcast in the country right now. The boys must be crazy.
The boys must be crazy.
Yes. So, regarding the conversation we are going to talk about today, I chanced on a conversation where, some workers teamed up to, steal huge sums of cash from, a company, a renowned company in Kumasi. And it was appalling, as an entrepreneur or a young guy trying to, man a business and your workers, creating a cartel within the business, Charlie, to, squander money. Well, Charlie. So welcome to the podcast. My name is Kobe West. And let me go straight into introduction. Then I introduce the topic we are talking about today on the show. So on my left.
Hi.
Or is it right? Right.
Left.
Left. Immediate left. As the, ever pretty, soft life queen, soft life Bridget.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, woman.
If you clap, I'll clap for myself.
Right. And on my extreme right is the finest boy amongst the, group. And he's the manager of my best rapper.
Boy.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy. And he's the manager of my best rapper ever in Kumasi. No, in Ghana. Yes, last time I said it. Yeah, in Ghana. Give it up for Baby Bash, man. Yes, he's the manager of Strongman Burner. Oh, you see, he burn and every so. Right. So, we have a guest on the show today. A renowned fashion designer. He's doing amazing, Charlie. I went to his showroom and I was like, wow. Yes. Is that yours? Oh, my name Kebi. Give it out for my boss and my brother Charles, man. CEO of Ritcharls, right?
Yeah, Ritcharls Stitching Home.
Yes. Welcome to the show, boss. Welcome. Yes. So, back to the topic we are talking about. The earlier story I shared with you. We are talking about today's youth and entrepreneurship. But I want to, delve down into today's youth, their attitudes when you employ them as an entrepreneur. So let me go straight to our guest today. You have a business. I have one too. You have one too. So, hey, Charlie, this conversation. And you.
I'm the business.
Yes.
She's the business.
If you see the business, you see me. She this.
Yes.
So, Charles, your experience so far, before we come to the question, your experience so far about, being in the fashion industry, especially in Kumasi. Walk us through that. Yes.
I've been in the industry for 11 to 12 years.
Wow.
Hey, wow.
That is somewhere 2013, 2014.
Wow.
But to say though, I'm a teacher, professional teacher.
Yeah,
I teach at the secondary school. That's including in Texas and management and living. So Department of Home Economics.
Okay.
Good.
That's good. Which school?
Mayo.
Currently, I'm at Sretan Senior High.
Oh, okay.
So I completed training college somewhere 2008.
Okay.
So I taught for 3-4 years. After that,
wow.
I decided to enter into fashion design.
Yes. Fully.
So I just went there to learn.
Okay.
I went there as an apprentice. I started, I didn't know anything about it, but I started and within 3 to 4, 5 months, I was through with it.
Wow.
Because it was something that I wanted to do.
You wanted to
do.
So
yes.
I started as a single person at the shop when I got the whole thing. And from there, I got some apprentice, 1 or 2. And I think somewhere 2018, I decided to just get a certificate on it at the Kumasi campus.
Wow.
I went there to do 4-year course degree to get the degree in sewing and other just to get more knowledge on it.
Yeah. So The part that I want to touch on is the apprentice part. Your
And
experience.
I even have workers as well. So I
have workers?
yes.
Okay,
I
so
have Nigerian workers and the youth. That is where the whole thing starts.
the youth.
Yes. The youth, like employing someone and even your own apprentice, leaving the work for them. As I said, I'm a teacher, so
Yes.
I leave the work. I go to the classroom. And the work is in their hands. That is where the youth and
what's that one experience? What's that? But before that, let me go to Baby Bash. Baby Bash also has is it
we have a marketing agency where we do online marketing, and then we have a delivery service too. So this is very very recent. So what we do is we have with the delivery service, we have motorcycles where we give to riders, then they work with us and all that. So there was this guy we gave a motorcycle, 24-year-old boy. So he was a neighborhood boy where one of my partners, Ryan, he knew him from the neighborhood. So he was like, oh, there's a boy from the neighborhood that I'm free with. So let me just give him the motorcycle, then let's employ him. So we called his mother to guarantee for him, and then we had a conversation. But with what we do, we don't really force people because we see ourselves as trying to relate to the people that we work with. So I don't want to. Our policy is not to restrict you
not
to whatever.
Boss and employee.
Exactly, not boss and employee. So we do the boys kind of thing. So I told him, you use them. We have a lot of motorcycles, but you use your own as yours, as how you treat yours. So we have a lot of them who are branding the motors in, or he puts a whole lot of stickers and all that. We don't have a problem if that makes you comfortable. That is it. And then this guy takes the motor for the first day we give the motor to him. Let's say it was actually a Friday. So we gave the motorcycle to him. We linked him up to, we have these food vendors that the way we work with. So we pushed him to one of the food vendors and he was working with. So on the first day that we gave the motorcycle to him, he came back in the evening after work, and then he came to us and we were actually asking him how the first day, because it was his first day. He's like, oh, it was good and the money is okay and all that. And then now he has to go home. This is the tricky part. He goes home and then I think he got home around 10 o'clock. At around 11:30, we realized the motor is moving. He didn't know there was a tracker in the motorcycle. He realized the motor is moving at around 11:30. This guy rode the motorcycle till it was 4 a.m.
With your fuel?
With the fuel, with everything, with the motorcycle. He was just roaming about. So my partner was very worried, and I told him let's leave him. He'll come the next day. 24-year-old boy that we saw in the neighborhood. And funny enough, there were people who actually were telling us, oh, don't pick him. And we're like, no. We sat with his mother and had a discussion and everything. He rode the motor till 4 a.m.
He was chilling.
Yeah. And then he brought the motorcycle home and then he slept. So at 10 a.m. in the morning, that's on Saturday, he comes and we asked him, where did he go? And he's like, oh, man, come baby. And I'm like, no, you went somewhere. But what you didn't know is that there are trackers in the motorcycle. So then we took out the tracker, because initially we thought, oh, we will not tell them there's a tracker. But now I'm like, no, this is the whole details and everything. There's a tracker in the motorcycle and all that. Not an image at all.
Charlie.
And I'm like, it's not like I went to find money, or me and my partners went to find money on trees and then bought motorcycles. We actually struggled from somewhere to buy it. So one day I also come and tell how I started delivery service with one motor tie back on the chassis. And then we were like, okay, and I'm like, that's your first strike. Because one thing I wouldn't want to do is that back and forth. No, that back and forth conversation between me and you. Because I told his mother, the day I tell you give my key to me, that will be the end. But I don't really, we bought everything, like literally everything for you. And then a week later, we were looking for him and we couldn't find him, but we saw that the tracker, he left the workplace at 4 p.m. and went home because he stayed somewhere around Montpontin. We were waiting for this guy from 4 a.m. You call him, his phone is off, but the motor was moving around and he wasn't coming back because we thought he was delivering something. Again. That was a week after. So we waited for this kid and waited. He wasn't coming. The next day, his phone was still not working. But when you check the tracking details,
it's working.
The motor was moving about throughout the night. And at a point, the tracker stopped working. But unfortunately for us, we have 3 trackers in the motorcycle. So he was able, I think they were able to disable one so that we don't know where he's moving towards. So the motor moved and till the next day. It was 2 p.m. and then that was when the tracker that particular tracker started moving. So we tracked him and then we went to meet him. When they met him, he was at the base doing stuff and all that. And I'm like, you are supposed to be working, so why are you doing here? So that was how we just took the keys from him because
the youth.
Yeah, the youth. It's that crazy. You're 24.
I didn't know you wanted some of these instances. So I have about thousands of them.
Oh, share yours with me. I'm interested in that. You give
I have
about
thousands
3.
of them.
Give us about 3.
You know, let me say this. I have currently I'm having 3 shops. So one is at Abripo Junction here, and down there that is at Abripo Girls' School side. I remember after closing those at the down and this place, so I went to Abripo Junction just to monitor. That is where the Nigerian workers are.
Okay.
Yes, and I also have a representative there who also takes care of them. Yes, so I went there and there was some express work that they need to do. So I was with them for getting to 11 o'clock thereabouts. And those at the down then didn't know, they thought I was in the house at that time.
Yeah.
So when I was coming, after 11 something, I was coming down. I stay at Oshim, so I was just going home. So when I got closer to that one is also just at the roadside. So I saw that there was light at the down. So why these boys, didn't they off the light or? So, okay, then let me stop. So I stopped there, went to the shop side. When I went there, I realized that there was no padlocks inside. So I just held the gates like that, pull it up, and they were there like 4. They were doing their own work
with your electricity and
the machines and everything.
Everything, my machines, everything they were on.
Magic job,
including fabrics as well.
Your fabrics?
Yes, but I have plenty. For Nana knows what I'm talking about. I have plenty. I normally buy fabrics and everything.
Wow.
So I just opened the door like that. They were just looking at me. I just look at them. I said, so this is what you have been doing. And you know what? Even though they are an apprentice, I give them, now those people who are here, I always give them money. They are an apprentice, but there are some of them that I give them, let's say a month, like 1,200.
Wow.
A week, they take like 300 cities. So it means that even though they are learning something from me, yes, I still pay them as well. Every weekend. But they were doing this because like you can close from work, the next you'll be searching for a certain fabric and where's this fabric? Yesterday I think we can that is where the whole thing introduced. I introduced that CCTV camera at the shop so that
now they are regulated.
Yes, I am having them at the shops. But even with that one, you can't be looking at it 24/7. You know. I also have another instance with the Nigerians. That one too. I went to VIP passport office to just send some people's stuff to them. I was distributing them to the various staff. So after that place, I was just coming. And that for them too, I think they close 9:30 at times 10. Yeah. If we don't have any express work for them to take them on. I got there. Somebody told me, just stop and just go and say, why? I went there. They were so there like that. They were 5. They were there busy working.
The Nigerians?
Doing their own work. Yes. Yes. So I just, it's your point. They were just busy working. What kind of work are you doing? Oh, boss, we are sewing our own clothes. I said, okay, fine. If you are sewing your own clothes, you could have at least...
told me, Yes. All you had to do was just tell me.
I took measurement and I just...
You checked those on them.
It wasn't their measurement. They were just said like that. And I told them to close up. So, if we are to just say it...
You know one funny thing?
The youth and those people. And with your own that you were talking about, I also have different riders that I work with them to come for the other stuff and send it to them. I give somebody's outfit to the person to go and send it to Accra. The next morning, the person called me that he has not received the item. I said, how? So I just told my secretary, I said, Tiwa, call that guy and let me find him. Because the guy has told me that Saturday, if not called. I also called VIP. They said they don't have
David didn't receive it.
Said, how? So Tiwa said, for that guy, I don't have the number, but unless I call their office. So he called the office and the lady said, Branches, they said, I said, how? Then let me just find out and get the number. I remember the day that I gave the listen to, I collected the number from him and he gave me a different number. So I compared it to the least one and I realized that. So I called the office and I was just talking. They said, boss, wait. if you collected the number from the guy, this is the number that we have been using at the shop. So it means that maybe he collected this again. So I called the guy, and the guy said, "Hey, boss, I'm now going to send the things." I said, So the office people told me that then it means that the person, he took the work, and that one he did not bring it to them.
So off trip.
Off trip. That is the youth and the entrepreneurship. So
I have one important question, but I want to come to Diva and ask this from the point of an employee or the youth as a Gen Z. Why do you think the youth behave like this in offices or in workplaces they've been employed to?
Gen Zs are so unbothered, They are very, very unbothered. They know. They are like, they take everything on a normal platter. We any big deal be it's not that deep. That's their term. It's not that deep. This thing is not that deep. And
it's not that deep.
They like procrastination. This is the thing. This is the hour you are supposed to do it. Oh, yeah, DB, I'll do it in the next 2 hours. Thinking he or she could actually manage that 1 hour between from that time that was to the next hour. No, by the time you realize the time is gone.
Yeah.
Time has catch up with you, right? There are some things you can't do them in a haste. Something like delivering something to somebody in a different region. The earlier you send the parcel, the earlier the person receives it. If you send it late by this time and you expect somebody to get his or her parcel in Accra today, it's 50-50. It probably won't be possible.
But don't you think it's terrible and poor working conditions in the country?
What's like poor working condition? If you are really willing to do something, you just wouldn't so care about the challenges or some circumstance be able to prevent. So you want to do it and you are going to do it. Okay, the same Gen Zs that are acting this way, you go somewhere and they are same Gen Zs working somewhere, very time conscious, very disciplined.
That's why I'm asking. Bash. Only say to say as CEOs and business owners, terrible working conditions are more youth in almost be able.
So it's when you talk about terrible working conditions, you sign a contract. One thing everybody has to understand now is you sign a contract to something. You have to deliver. The sense of responsibility is what is lacking here. If you feel like it's a terrible working condition, you could actually resign. I was talking about just the first day at work. That's the example I gave you. That was his first day at work. The first day I gave you. So there was nothing. At a point in time, when I forgave him on the first one and was like, that is your first strike, he came telling me, people give him tips and all that. He was praising the job. So yes, there are people that are met with terrible working conditions, but you know what you are in for. And then you come and I tell you this and this and this is what I am going to do for you. And this is what I expect from you. You have the choice to either accept it or not. I understand that there's a problem with employment in the country. But when you are, as a business owner, you have to understand that there's a level ground you have to reach for both people. Because in as much as there's that difficulty in getting a job, there's the same difficulty in investing in businesses. I think there was this, for the sake of examples, headless YouTuber. We came on Twitter speaking about how he started employing people in February, this February, and he's already sacking somebody last month, and he was disturbed because he was paying them 400 cedis a month, and then with the 400 cedis he was paying the 400 cedis actually someone actually, so he was paying them, and then the person, for you to actually come to work at 7 o'clock, you tell him, oh, your mother sent you, so you can't come early. And then you're supposed to report to work. And then you won't report to work then. And then now, people are on social media saying, oh, you pay them 400 cedis, and then you don't. People drive the conversations of you are meeting them with bad working experiences.
No, but even if it is 400 cedis, he's paying them. First of all, the person actually told you this is the amount.
I don't agree with you on that because or my more thing.
No, Kobe, let's use those as soccer bets for example, right? soccer beds, I know they give them 300 cedis every month. I don't know if
For
it is
which kind of cleaners or who?
for the workers.
Which workers?
I've been a worker at soccer bed before, right? We were earning 300
Which
cedis.
year?
That was it 3 years ago?
Not 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, that's
And
what I'm
even-
saying.
and even with the 3
I don't
years
know
that you
if-
were working
if
there.
they've increased it. But with that 300 cedis they were giving us at that time, right? You dare not wake up and call your in charge that you are sick. Bro, you are sick. You come to work and sit under the AC working. And what betides you if you mistake somebody's slip, a winning slip, they will let you go out where they trash their papers.
No,
you would select, or you know how
It's
best
all about
But
accountability.
you know what? With what you are saying, the reason why the CEOs or some of the businesses, they don't want to accept I'm sick and those stuff is that when they start that they are going
Everybody becomes
everybody.
it becomes a something
They are
that
going to-
everybody
yes.
does now.
Me, I have them, so I know what I'm talking about. So the person, someone will come and tell you, I'm gone. Master, this one, I can't come to. The next day, another people. The next day, you can get like 4
And you know where the problem lies?
You keep on accepting, I'm sick and those stuff. I'm going here. My mother. has
You know where the problem lies. Anchor flight and Oko fire. The person would have been there an hour before.
Yeah.
So why is it that when you are working with somebody,
check-in
you,
time is always an hour before.
you understand? Then the person will be there an hour before. So why is it difficult that this is where you know you feed from? That's where you get your money from. That's where you get your salary from. And you don't want to actually deliver for you to get your salary. That's the actual problem. I would say the youth of today lack responsibility. That is basically what it is. They lack the responsibility and they want to be lazy enough to think, oh,
Lazy is
let me
even a
just do-
small word. Lackadaisical.
so let me just do whatever I want.
But
At the end of
let
the day,
me-
who loses?
Mr. Charles, I have this one very, very, very important question. You know, with the scale of your business, what's the, with this, attitudes we are talking about and behavior of employees or the youth, how has it, affected your business as a whole?
With this issue, like it has affected the most of the businesses in Ghana. Because
Not just you.
not just me. I
It's
have
a
friends.
universal
I have
thing.
yes, it's a universal. I have people. I have friends that they are also into other businesses. It's too much. Because if you don't take because you have invested in the business and you know what, even
Details.
like let me say, at times it's not what you as the business or the CEO what you are going to get or the
Yes.
money that you are going to get from it. But maybe you just want to employ people for others to get something. Because as I said earlier on, that I have an apprentice and at the end of the week I give the person 300 and those stuff.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Because I heard that my sister was saying that they were earning 300 cedis at the end of the month. And I remember that 3 years I was giving let's say 100 cedis or 120 cedis a week.
A week.
You understand?
Yeah.
But with these boys, at the end of the day, if you don't take it, they are going to also just collect some stuff, your fabrics, your materials that you use to do.
Was there a point that you lost huge sums of cash or something?
Plenty. Almost every week or almost every month. When you do a calculation, you can see that it has affected your business. Even what you were supposed to even get to even invest in another fabrics and those stuff, you will not get.
So what's like the highest amount you recall, losing?
I remember I was having one guy that he just left my shop like that. And when he left, I gave him a phone. I think at that time, iPhone 7 that I gave him, that he was using in case I'm not there, I'll be put down. So I called, like when he told me that he was, I heard from the other guys that he is not coming there again. He just left the shop like that. I called him, I just entered his house one morning. And I told him to give me the phone. The phone so that I just collect one or two things.
Yeah.
Some designs that I've put on the
yes.
Yeah.
So that I can collect them back. And he didn't know that I was up to something. So immediately I collected them. I said, wait for me. I'm going to just send those, copy my list and I'll bring them back. And when I came out, he decided to just enter his
the phone.
That is his chat. Then that I realized that, Oba shopper there, and you say, but you were phone, so now me pam the bill.
So now he's driving the customers away from you.
My and that particular outfit was like 700 cedis, but he brought it down to 500 cedis.
Hey.
You understand?
The fabrics are not his. The
It's
light
not
is
his.
not his.
Yes.
The machines are
So
not
he
his.
will work on the fabric and
Yes,
sell it.
and even with that one,
So
if
what
he
machine
should go and buy a
then?
fabric, if he should go and buy fabric to come and do that work for the customer, and then he's going to use all your materials, your light, your zip, your thread, everything.
Yeah.
So he will still gain.
Yeah,
and
he
then
will,
you'll
yes,
be
he will
losing.
gain. That 500 cedi, he will get something because let's say if he should buy a fabric like let's say a fabric like 120 cedis out of that 500 cedis, and you were supposed to just use
Buy
all
the-
these materials and at the end of you collect 700 cedis. The two of you who are getting that person. So that is what they do. So at the end, if you don't take care, your light, everything, you know, we all know how that this and that.
Yeah.
You understand? So with this youth
They
and this
don't-
stuff that we are
they
talking
don't-
of,
they
it's
don't
not
really-
easy.
This is a
See,
very
yes.
interesting.
They don't-
You
they
know,
don't
at times
really-
I do sit down and say, I don't even I
That's a
remember
to
one time
shop
I was
me.
talking to Nana. I told Nana that yes, I said it because
Mostly.
at the end of the day, you can even collect work and thinking that the next morning they will come to work and you will come to the
This
shop
brings
and
me
nobody
to
is yes.
that one question. And so me will be answer be. What was that like point? Eba who said nah. At this point, you mean I'm told me who near me. I said me to shop in name.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
me
it's-
per that instant, they see ma who. Oh,
You know what? I remember, and with this thing, I think that particular day, it's happened throughout the whole shop.
all the three
Yes.
shops.
Even this Saturday, let me use this Saturday as example. That my secretary at the down there, Mr. Beautiful.
Yeah.
This,
The actor.
yes,
Yeah.
came here with a friend to just come and purchase it. We had talked already, so I used to sew for him. So he came down and he selected a particular design. And he was taking the thing. He came in the morning around 1:30 thereabouts, and he was collecting the thing in the evening. He said they were doing something at they were doing some they were premiering some movie at the
okay.
mall. So I said, oh, I can do it for 4 outfits. I said, oh, I can do that. So I just left one here. I sent one to Abepa Junction, and I sent the two. I used to be at the town.
Okay.
I said that was the beginning of the whole thing, the genesis
okay.
of the work. So I went there and I finished that one. I came here. So when I came here, I asked the lady, I said, where is the other one? So he said, Ritcharls is there. I went there and the work was not finished. It was remaining 1 or 2 days and that's some stones that he put on. I said, what is it? It was around 9 o'clock. And the boys still have closed the shop. I said, but the only issue was that the fortunate thing was that I was having some 2 guys around. That they were, and with that one, you know what? It was Saturday, so they were taking their pens.
Yeah.
So they was.
So they were waiting.
Why is the work not finished? Ritcharls me cover at the me buy that one fast stones in this so hoko. And I said, so again I said, what were you supposed to do? I just stood there and I said, and you some punk made told me when you and I'm having a certificate me to Kwanzaa here. How? So I just took the outfit, came up here, yes, and opened the shop and I did the whole thing again, you know. Meanwhile, I have given the work someone that I'm paying. You understand? So at times, those workers and those youth that you are talking about, if you don't take care, the things that they will put you through, my brother, you end up selling your things. So go and find somewhere to get it. Yes.
That's
Meanwhile, you are having some with these people. If it's not because, let me use the lady as a lady that if it's not because of this work that I've employed, like she'll be in the house because you have completed university and you was in the house.
Charlie.
You understand?
And now they behave like they
and
are
I can
doing
see that the
you
money
a
that
favor.
I can see that the money that I give you at times, if you should use it to compare other people's, I think
it's far better.
yes, far better.
Charlie.
You understand? So I don't know the reason because she was supposed to just do it.
Baby, I can feel your pain, man. I can feel your pain. Baby Bash,
So
through your, maybe
The businesses.
managing the businesses, even in the music industry, was there a point where, like, that one worst experience, you felt it? I feel the major
The most recent business is the delivery business. So what happens is there's a monthly remittance that we take. So I give the motorcycle to you, and every month I'm friendly sales.
Yeah.
So there's a weekly sale that you bring to me, and then it never affects these people, the riders, because what happens is with the repairs, the oil change, and everything, I still take the cost.
Yeah.
And then so all you have to do is ride,
Come
be
and
safe,
make
and then
sales.
come and give me sales. And then there will be a point where you'll be looking for one, you can't find him. and then the other ones they are machines too. So you'll be doing maintenance with like one was missing.
Yeah.
There's another person looking for me where the rider has to come through and he's not coming through. One of the businesses that we are working with and doing delivery for, the boss is calling me that and I'm like, and then you guys were waiting for me here for us to come and shoot it.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. I was like, mental breakdown. Because it was just crazy. It's these things happening and you're working with a lot of people and they make you feel like they are doing you a favor. Because the point is, one thing that we do is if I'm doing a favor for one rider, I do it across. So beginning of the business, I think we had like 3 motorcycles and we sat them all down and was like, this is your daily sales.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring it daily or weekly? And then one person said daily and then the rest said weekly. And I'm like, cool. They went and then 3 days later came back together and sat with us and was like, oh, we want you to reduce the daily sales for us. And I'm like, okay, it runs across. Yeah. All of you should reduce it to this amount. And they're like, okay. So that is how it is. You call me and you're like, oh, BBC say, fuck off. So you work in a way where, if I were that's how I do my job. I work in a way where if I were the one in the shoes of this boy, how would he feel? Yeah. Because I've told them, if you work with me for like 6 months, I need to see an improvement in at least something you've saved. Yeah. I'm not expecting you to go and buy a new motorcycle. Yeah. But even if you are not able to, you should be able to save something for me to realize, oh, I've been able to also open a business where the worker has gained something. Yeah. And then now you go and then this person will be roaming about somewhere and the business person will be calling you. And another person will be like, we are waiting for you. There was a car that was spoiled and then somebody was supposed to deliver some parts to them so that they continue traveling. And it was not going through. So now you're sitting down and you need to service like 3 or 4 people. And it becomes a whole big headache and you... stress. Then now you sit down and you're like, I sat with him and like, so if you don't have some resilience and then you don't look at where you're coming, because let's say if the person is bringing you a maximum of like 500 cedis per motorcycle, and then the particular motorcycle spoils, and then you have to do maintenance of like 600 or 700. We can see and so maintenance. But you know that, okay, I'm trying to build something for, and that's where the entrepreneurship becomes a problem. You, the business owner, you know where you want to go to. So even when you're losing money, you still want to invest and pump in so that you build it, because instead of the workers to come through and then build up and then reach there, they never exactly. Dream, no? I know we don't really have an inside information of what happens between, let's say, Despite and then Father Dixon, right? Yeah. But for what we know, is both of them, Father Dixon was helping Despite do the whole CD sales and everything. And now, people mention Father Dixon more than they even mention Despite. Yeah. Because when you are loyal to a business, you realize who you're working with, you become loyal to them. Yeah. You grow together, and then it becomes a bigger franchise, and everybody eats.
There's been instances where they stay loyal to the business owners, and at a point,
yes, but you learn to live with the person you work with. There was a story of how you learn and then America, you learn to know who you are working with. Okay. So I know that Mr. Charles is this type of person. You assess yourself and see, if you think you can't, the best thing is for you to leave. Because you see with what he's saying, he could have easily gone, reported you to the police station, and then you get arrested because you have to be. Because you're using his stuff, you're using his time and everything without his notice. That is indirectly stealing from him.
Listen to this. So, here is me as, a young guy trying to, find my way in life. I work with the first, a different person.
Yeah.
What you made? My boy, I'm build a business.
Like, just stand there. What you wedding in hot ways?
What you made in what?
Even let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Say what you wedding. So then what happens?
No, please let's stand there. What you wedding in hot ways? You are working for someone. Yes. At the end of the day, the person tells you maybe I'll pay you daily, weekly, monthly. Yes. So this is what the person can afford. He told you. He was and you accepted. That you accepted. So what you wedding like cow?
But I was a multi as you say expenses doors. Let's
see. If I'm paying you 500 cedis and extra, I don't know when
I'm talking from the point of an employee.
Yeah, I get you.
Employees that.
No, I get you.
Yes.
I I signed a so this is how it happens. I'm mobile for fra. I'm also Google Machi. And I tell you, send me to 500 cities.
Yes.
If you reach a point where you realize the 500 cities end soon, then you come to me. Oh, Bash, do you want me? Only says the 500 ends soon. If I become mean to me. Then you find your way. I find my way. But you don't steal from me because they see the boy and I ain't know. But the police have my money.
Yes.
And me no sign contract. So that's how I work now. Me no sign contract now. The owner of the business or me and my partner we sign. And then you and your guarantor sign, and the police witness for both of us
sign.
And he said, "Who went to the police one and say, me boss no on me Jimmy."
Yeah.
And I can go to the police and tell him, say, me ride an enemy Jimmy. You bet you watch your man now. Then you understand because it's not an easy cause for me to just say, "Oh, me penny just say oh." Now me Mrs. Kana me go to I'm a watch here. Then you realize, so it's how you work with people. I've worked with people. I have splendid workers. There are people who sometimes I don't even see the motorcycle. I don't even see it until they are bringing the sales. I don't even see it.
Wow.
But I try the person that this person is working well. He's actually doing the perfect job that he has to do. You just go, oh boss, maybe say.
Those who are fooling are plenty than those.
Exactly. So now, if you think that just because I work with Kobe messed me up. So when I'm coming to Mr. Charles to work with, then I was saying if I'm arguing, I'm a mafia dada.
Yes.
I'm a police at you. There was Kobe now, I'm a police at you. You understand? So when you come with that business with that mindset, it messes the business up.
My main cousin way. There was a worker on will be a Juma 10 years of his life. He needed some amount of money sending watching or person or the boy never. Upon the catch there in the streets, say, oh yeah, Juma 10 years nina till. Oh yeah, Juma 10 years nina. No, the Nisika yede.
Kobe, it's the sense of entitlement.
No.
It's giving.
No.
Morgan is saying.
No.
Bridget, Morgan is saying.
Listen.
It's giving sense of entitlement.
No, Obi, I give you 15 years, 20 years of the life amount.
Are you getting paid?
Oka for that. No.
Are you getting paid?
Oka for that Dixon as well.
Yes.
For that Dixon was Lamborghini.
Yes.
Annie. But he was.
And yet, that's why the chain. Juma Wyan was saving the ato.
And you know, correct.
Kobe.
How you know?
And
no, correct.
No, and that's why they tell on turn one car.
Or turn one.
On turn one, see on one fee.
Service of condition of service. Not to say.
It's good.
Put you a bit 1,000 Ghana cedis. And that's 2,000 Ghana cedis. Or better that.
And you want to win and for so many. In for so saying in every show, I won't do
What are you talking about?
This whole conversation that we are doing.
The person is paying you at the end of the month. I would say you have to also do something for yourself.
Yes.
Even for the help, it's not mandatory.
Kobe, if I take why is it that or a teacher ni or a teacher ni? And then who cherewa over kwa buying one garden so 10,000 on for 500 in count one.
No.
Busiana point the bemau. And I don't know why do you then think for an entrepreneur? Okay, my main comment is me pelon. Minya banco, there's a banks. Build an account. So with the work, I told these boys, you can create an account and pass your money through it. So then if you need there are banks. I've shown them to banks that we work with. So save you if I want to help you. So we are human beings, you understand? So if I feel like, oh boy, and I can help you, but don't think you've worked with me for 20 years, I have to. You're getting paid, and I'm getting paid. That's why I'm saying for one motor, let me tell you, for one motorcycle, when you bring the sales of a day doesn't even it's not enough to maintain a motorcycle when it's 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks you have to do maintenance. Into wusi kana wunyano. One final you, what is feeding on home? Maybe see can say you movie, and maintenance. Say you movie, and I what's me your motorcycle now? You don't know where these monies go to. I have family to feed, and then when I'm able to save, and then you don't save your money, and then now you come and go like, oh boss, now menya 5,000 per 1,000. No menya you feel I'm a bad person.
Yes.
So there's this guy. There's this young entrepreneur, Jolofkin. His name is Wafasolo. Splendid guy.
Yeah.
So what happens is he had this boy where the guy worked for him as a delivery guy, and then you were working with him. He pays you monthly and all that. And then one time you come to him. Sometimes you come to him and go like, oh, here one CD, here two. Then he helps this guy. Then one time he's like, okay, let me start watching the status of these guys that I work with. Because he didn't have that time. The guy, if you go look for him, you won't even find him. He's always busy. He's actually in the kitchen himself cooking.
So then,
I say, Also, or one or say that crow. Manisha say and check boys in WhatsApp status. No already or no posty. The particular guy who comes to him and goes like, "Oh, me here 10. They are so that's why I am." Other poor money had you, and you know na, and you are there, son. What about you, man? Look at human being. You start work at like 12 o'clock or let's say 10. Yeah, because some of his workers they actually help carry the things to from the kitchen to the places he sells. Yeah. So, what about you 10? That's like 12 hours and he pays you. And then what point 10 na koda jiwa home for the next day of job. Yes. Maybe. And then it's your free time. Boy in this no posty or on club shisha. Then later after he has paid you, you come to him and then keep asking him for coins and he keeps helping you.
This is why I have problems with business owners.
And then now you come to him and you feel like, say, boss the other than me could be sana dia one mommy.
No.
When he's paying you.
No.
Who for some man to my
day? Can because me chairman. Or say obi adwuma o. She dey leave loopholes. So, na omuni din fa onim di entia. Untimi nkan che work so on the salary nko a. What you say?
But work abet maga chem say me nche me mfa so na me ni.
The only problem I'm with, especially Kumasi business owners. Only ni ye adwuma na all find the other means outside business, and related to business, to build yourself elsewhere. Who are the buafu?
Because time now we adwuma.
Let's be real.
If I'm paying
we adwuma.
Time now me.
Utu ya ne 1,500. We adwuma so we kwa rishisha. Obi
anfa.
How ne say?
Me how ne say? So Dabio, ni bufu because boy ni we are. Also the father say ni sika ojeska. And this one go say go be adwuma.
It's not about what the person is doing.
So me at the end of the day, what the person earns or what he has been getting at the end of the month, he's living a life more than that.
You understand? Because if I'm paying you, let's say I'm paying you 1,500.
He doesn't have a problem with the person going out or something like that.
I have this Nigerian record. I think the man is like 39 to 40 years. And I have another one. I think they are 3. Last year, I'm talking about what you said. A worker should, the CEO should help them. Like the person went to him and he said, "Give me this amount," and he said he doesn't have. I gave an amount to them. I think the elder one took 4,000 cedis, 3,000. The other one took 2,005. When they were going, he told me that I should give them loan. When they come back from after S1, they will come and pay. And I said, okay. And when they will come and pay, they are not coming to pay it in bulk I gave them. There's no interest in those things, but I will be deducting them. Okay. And you know what? Okay. After giving them the money, do you know that assets now, they've not still paid them. You know what?
But they came back.
They are around, they are working.
They are working.
What they have been, when they told me that every week I pay them weekends. So every Saturday I should deduct an amount.
But they be on the struggle forever.
But stop. They want to tell you, that, oh boss, this weekend I didn't get I have family issues. I have this.
So you see that.
Why do you want to spend my money?
So you see the Jollof King guy.
So you know what? I have vowed that I will never do that again. As at now, I think I have 1,500, 1,200, and
it's all scattered all over.
1,800 with them that they've not paid. And you know, when it gets to the weekend and they see that maybe their money is what they still want, but like if you come here and say, the money that I gave you have not even finished paying. Yeah.
And you want more.
And I realized that, do you know what they were doing? I realized that I heard, and it's true, that they normally they can just take a lotto like 500 cedis at the end of, Saturday.
Okay, now you see. So these boys work for you, and then they end up using your money, and then bet. So good. I don't have a problem with what you do with your money. I encourage my workers that save money so that in case of emergency, you can also sort yourself. But don't come to me if I see that you are enjoying it. I don't have a problem. Relax, do any. But because when I work with you and I realize that you're with the Jollof King guy, I'm using him because I've watched from outside. I've watched how he works. There are workers that he's actually bought motorcycles and gifted to. Because he sees how you live your life. These things work with that. That is where the youthful thing that we are talking about comes in. If you are a youth, there's the camera. If you are a youth and you are working with somebody, know the kind of life you want to live. Bigger life. Wow. You are working with people. People are watching you. They have this sense of, nobody can control my life.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to control your life. But if I can't control your life, I can't also help your life. So if you are working with me, and then you feel like you are going to be spending your money haphazardly, baby, I make crowd mean to me could be. Now and so mean to me more because you cannot go spending and maybe they see. How do you expect me to actually take mine and then out to yours? But I have workers that I have a worker who, as at now I speak to you, has come to give me 2 months notice that he might be traveling. Yes. I don't have a problem with him. Yes. Yeah. He could have just waited because I know one person who would have waited and then and then now what happens? You understand? So there are impromptus. But when I realized that just as how he's saying he would never help, he would help. But he knows who he would help because nipa we no need a ho. Yeah. You understand? So if you put yourself in that basket, and I need now so na sama yeke no. Yeah, go for no we inform now. I
think this is a topic we've really delved into, and I really love the submissions, man.
Yeah.
Wrapping up, the last question they was on here, they are wrapping up. I mean, 30 seconds. Say, what's the way forward? How do you think? What's the remedy for this thing? No be a money take. I was starting free. Bash. So 30 seconds now.
So what happens is entrepreneurship, no?
Yeah.
F1 and can also shall CB.
Oh.
And to be at me, no forward Juma. I'm saying it in tree so that at least everyone in Ghana can hear me.
Yeah.
And to obey being a Juma. Sebe beer. Never ye beer. I know where you yem. No, I Jumana man. No, sweat you no cram. But and now I say just because of say, oh yeah, Juman and now the anti any basa because the paconos on say honor no bedding, honest be feeding a bush for untiminya jai and behind the pacro. And the Jumaya phone so honest no, Monso sono, Mofan crown a Juma, Monshaw Muyi, and then Dino Craman because the moment I would dino cramano, a bit mamma the pacro so dino cramon. Peace.
Yeah, Mr. Charles, with your own, per se, specific in the fashion industry, how do you think, say, because when you're a big pow, it's like at that level, no? Yeah. At that level, no? How do you think, say, you beat me a control, say, mama, chrono, you know, like indiscipline, no, abrasa kaka.
Said the bashika so can you so can you bro for na na say and kura na mu sua adwuma no ene workers a your fashion industry mo ya fam no mo adwuma na ene mo ye no nyese bia ye nya ye ho abro so na ya to ya gi shops ene ya siesie mu ye sa de obi okra ye obi no mo makwa kwaji loan ene mo de ba bie shop no just say one and cry ebia due to one or two reasons or more intimate catch about education to the highest level ebenya bi e dia bo mo bra said ye beya obi a me fan say cry we school but onya adwuma nye onu so timi ba because me shops me university fo nyina ho ebi cry was we school o sabe su adwuma o say adwuma no fashion industry ni ko na ni so onu so de no awrum enti se mu nyina mu timi nya konya ne se mu ba obi shop e ma ne nya wa adwen say ni pa ko no se bi wanya ne ho and into wo ba no de wadwen foforo ye de eba lateness is one the toso so obewia bibi enya ma bi wo shop wo se wo di adwuma ma na se ono onye onhwe onye no mfa nsu adwuma no baba na oje agu ono afa ne de no ono oye master ni wo no oye enya ma one or two bi wo ho no ma de esei obehwe amana sei ayon obeja hwe ho amana sei enya ma bibiri wo so hu se de agu be de enwu yi on fan to yo enya ne dia sa Pikasa enya media na enu na egu ye dwuma no manu asi
diva osha dena ebetimi akebe sa na ema we indiscipline we dwuma mu ne you know
Gen Z for as I said earlier me say omo ye onboarded okay into for apprentice as a master apprentice don't know about any day na wako. The work is yours. Una wa call brew mu Jenny and pay usika dia baby ejuma. Don't sit there for these Gen Zs. Almost wedding o. Ujai man obe say ejuma. Obe say customers like the one say ejuma no customer be kasa rude my customer no because all maybe you've lost a customer. Ti u be ejuma enje ejuma ne ma apprentice say all in the name of so abetue scanner obesua. Ono na abetue ni sika. ne maame ehu ni potential ne de na bra say we as nesuya enti onsuya enja kwadwuma ne ma no ma ne ma me say will be because these people they have nothing to lose. They absolutely have nothing to lose.
Charlie. Right, so it's been an insightful conversation. And I mean, and I feel the pain of Mr. Charles. Like, as some no can
by this time, Ejuma Babe Ebima apprentice Jina so Ebima to Chioma no in the name of say the closing time is 6 about 5. Jina so na wa China no tente we be enu akasa onya
Ejuma be so
o tete no ho cause ko bo 6 na ko ji 3 wa ko ji atare we time men e
yeah is we say just recently me crab akobai obai bi jam shop the one down ho nenu ma obai onyakro bu nkutu ke masa e ma e bia fa chara me say kofi pure ndam kofi ade so master me you say adwuma ni me say o ha adwuma you say o ha adwuma
why a master no
ai why a master be 1.5 year
Agility.
onkola di bi be e be some real shit
you know what
e be some real shit
na so mate obema me instance bi esi o na so mate wasoma class on go to petrol emre no fa mu generator o tam o to ade na wi akabakra bi na odu se mu odu o hwie mu half agu si na me na twa ka isi sa particular akra na o kasa na how no yes stubborn no
Wakoto fu well no.
I drew in the shop where we have created a do shop.
But more do
half just pour some of the full half of it.
Name
So I just he was coming to say I said don't worry yourself. I've heard it already.
Karma is real.
Yes. Areas go some to show no in your the
farm. Say maybe can be answer me see me be adona but you can see and chami you feel it. But I don't know feeling no and I'm so about passion I'm say you are going to feel it. And yes, you are going to feel it. You are going to feel, So the same thing applies to Obi. If you misbehave, you are going to face the same thing. You are going to face the same thing.
I just miss them. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube is at BKC Network. On TikTok and Instagram is at BKC Network. My name is Kobe West. And I'll meet you same time next week. Man, and some more gossip.
The boys must be crazy.